Hey everybody, how's everybody doing today? This is your boy, Eddie, aka E-Ray, and this is another episode of You Art With Me. Thanks guys for coming in with me. As you see, we've gotten a lot further, and you remember the first video, it was looking real ugly there, but I got to a point. And I want to apologize, I jumped to this video. There was a video in between showing more detail and everything. Peek my head in. I'm going to adjust the camera a little bit too. I was going to edit that out, but I was like, nah, I want y'all to see the full, because I'm going to go in a little tighter and whatnot. But I want you guys to kind of see what the progress that I have made with it. If you guys remember earlier, it was real ugly. I wanted to kind of get you guys where I'm at right now. So in hindsight, I'm glad I didn't give up on it, didn't stop. It's pretty cool where I'm at right now with it. I'm working on the horns a little more, and you'll see right now I'm gonna give you guys a lot of depth and add some contrasting features to this particular piece. I've already kind of did. I kind of upset with myself because the episode or the film I had before this, some kind of way it got corrupted, so I couldn't. I've been going through it a little bit with this, so it got corrupted. So I had to jump to this one, but it's still, you guys still get a sense. If you go to the prior video, you still got a sense of where I was at and kind of see how I came out of side of the boundaries, and and I still feel that was pretty dope and pretty cool how I did that. And it looks like I kind of penciled in every particular hairline, but I really didn't. Again, it's another optical illusion showing you that what I'm saying, I kind of shaded some stuff in to make it look as if that I actually did that, but I still wanted to give you a sense of hair patterns and how the hair flows, and because the hair is going to flow according to the muscle structure is covering, because it's still attached to that skin, and so you're not going to just have the hair just flowing in one direction. You're going to have it flow in different directions according to the individual parts of the body that it's connected to. As you see right now, I'm going into the left horn, putting in some more detail, giving it some depth, and also creating some contrast so you can kind of see or get a feel of that curvature, that curvedness, and the texture that the antler would have. And then I'm also shading in to give you some give your eye, or to trick your eye into thinking or seeing where the shadows are and where light are going on to this particular animal. Like I said, where I had the eye at before and the horns, I wasn't really satisfied with it at all. So I got a lot further, and I'm kind of showing you everything. Oh yeah, and I did say that I was going to tell you the editing software that I am using, because the last one, it did turn out to be pretty good. We got a little bit more familiar with it and found a few more tricks, and as I find more tricks, I'll put them in. Trying to mess around with it, see what I could do, just for just to see how far I can get and where I can go with this. But I'm a lot more satisfied with what I have at this point than when I started. And sometimes that's how you are on the journey. Sometimes you embark up on a journey and you start it and you're not really where you want to be with it. But it's one or two ways you can go with it. You can get to a point where you can say, nah, I quit and let it go, or you can keep pushing forward through the ugly through the storm, and then sometimes the sun will come out in the morning. Most of the time, every time, sometimes the sun will come out, man. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna stop this world from spinning. This third rock from the sun, it's gonna keep moving. Again, I'm using my graphite pen. I think right now I'm trying to clean up some stuff with my eraser too. I have my my little eraser ball, my squishing and whatnot, and I was shaping it, and so I can get into some smaller areas and kind of clean up those areas and stuff. So kind of like that particular eraser. You usually come in a pack with several different erasers for graphite, and whatnot. But yeah, it's cool. Oh yeah, I do want to give you guys a quick little. I do have some of my pieces, a couple of pieces that I worked on at the end of it, kind of like an Easter egg for you. So if you cut to the end, or if you watch it all the way through the ending part, you'll see couple of pieces. I put a picture of the one painting that you always kind of see above. I call it my native tribal man. He has what is somewhat. Sometimes you see this in the middle of the Mayan calendar, or sometimes you may see the face of the guy with the tongue out, but this particular one in the top, the piece that's in the top part, that symbol, it's a symbol, I guess an Aztec Mayan symbol, or Mayan symbol, I'm sorry, Aztec Mayan symbol for Most High or something like that. So I kind of pulled that from it, and I like how it will look, and put it on top of it. But yeah, that's the little Easter egg at the end. I got my samurai piece, and I have my little Zulu warrior. And if you look on that one, there's another little Easter egg. I actually took that symbol from that particular painting. Those were paintings that I did. I'm gonna do a painting too. I don't know if it's gonna be this next one that I do, but or next episode, because I'm kind of up in the air what large land mammal I want to do next after this moose. It's either going to be a snow leopard, I'm thinking about that, or an elephant. So I'm going to do one or the other. I'm thinking more of possibly maybe the elephant. But if you watch this, leave me a comment and let me know, or maybe if I get enough people, well, I'll kind of, if I have somebody, whoever tells me, say which one to do next, either the snow leopard or the elephant, leave me a comment, and then I'll kind of see where everybody's leaning at on this from this point. But yeah, I think it came out really good. It's you're starting to see more detail, and it's starting to look a lot better. You remember on our last episode, I was telling you about the nostrils and how like that nose and the top of the skull of the mouth coming down, how the nose was, and how the lip kind of it's like, kind of overflows a little bit over that over the bottom part of the mouth, and you get this lip. They're definitely, I know they're an elk family, deer family, large elks, similar to a lot of the other large land mammals like horses or whatnot. So you got the horse deer situation, but you can definitely tell through the horns, and you see the horns coming from the head. I put a little bit more detail on that as well. And actually, I really haven't finished this one. I'm gonna probably finish it up shortly after I produce this particular piece. The reason why it's been kind of a little bit in between, because I was really trying to figure out this new the shot cut software on this production, or the video editing program that I'm working on, trying to figure it out, and somewhat of the nuances of it. Kind of figured it out. Took me a little bit, but I got it. For the most part, I was actually able to add some of my animated logo art that I put on there. And, oh yeah, that's what I was telling you. I took from my Zulu piece, or my African warrior piece that I did. If you look on that one at the end of this video, you'll see it's a Santi tribe symbol from it kind of means the same thing, Most High, but I kind of moved on it a little bit different. I kind of put like my at first initial E, like Eddie, so I put that in there. Kind of made my own little version of it. I think it came out pretty nice, so that's why I used that for my logo, and I extracted it. I made a little video for like a little introduction. And believe it or not, I did that on Paint 3D. That was pretty cool how I did that. So, like I said, I'm not trying to hide anything. If you guys want to know how I'm doing things, that's why I'm like my art stuff. Right now, you see me working with, again, I think you guys saw me working on a Rhino. That's my electric eraser. It kind of acts as a pen and let me get into smaller areas, and I can create negative spaces with the eraser after I shade or put shading in, shade in the graphite. So and get some like really negative or open areas to create more of a contrast and give it more of texture look, more of a three-dimensional look. Because if you, like I said, I was kind of worried about like the thumbnail on the first couple of episodes of the Moose series that I did, because it looks really but I wanted you to see the ugliness of it, and then you can start seeing now. You can start seeing the progression and how it progressed into being difficult to being somewhat workable and manageable, and trying to give it a realistic 3D dimensional kind of look, 3-dimensional look for it. Again, I'm going in more on my eraser, trying to get some of these lines cleared out so it'll look a little bit more 3D-dimensional and pop out at you. And I think it was a really good idea for me going outside of my border that I have. And I'm gonna go in probably on when I do the last part of it, when I do my black inking on it, and I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna do the borders. It's really gonna pop at that point. You'll really get to see it. See, right now you can kind of tell the borders are there. You can't really see it, but it'll be a lot better and a lot more pronounced from that point. Yeah, it's pretty decent though. I'm liking where everything's going on this one. I'm definitely gonna put more detail into the horns, but I still want to kind of keep you where your eye is. I gotta find that rule of thirds where I want your eye to focus on. Right now, it seems like like for me, I'm trying to keep it where the illusion where it looks like it's 3D, like it's coming out side of the borders, or like this particular moose is like, sticking his head through, maybe going to rub it on something, maybe chew on some vegetation or something like that. Yeah, my North American moose. These guys are huge too, really huge. I remember, I don't know if anybody remembers the Last of the Mohican movie, and in the beginning parts of that particular movie, the one guy, the heroine of the movie, and along with because he's kind of adopted into this Native American family, and but he was I don't remember quite if he was like mixed, like half native and like half white, but I believe it, or if he was just saying they just adopted him in or brought him into the family. Because I've heard different stories of it. I heard that there were some natives that actually would kidnap the kids or something like that. I mean, that's part of, I guess, the history of it, that there was a group of natives that actually went in, and when they would do these raids on these colonists, they would come in and take some of the kids or the children and adopt them, but kind of bring them into their culture. And so, I don't know if that's the case on this particular movie. I don't know if they dived into that, but I know that he was he was brought up within those within that culture. And I remember the older native guy, his biological son, because I guess he treated the other guy like his son. He raised him, but his biological son, they both had, he was training them. And they were, but long story short, they were going in the woods, and being in the woods, they were hunting these moose, and it was crazy how they were hunting this moose. They were hunting with like a musket, and like, because back then, he took the lead bullet, so each one of them had a shot. So back then you had to be a sharpshooter. You had to be lethal with that gun and rifle, because that meant were you gonna eat or not, or because it takes a long time for you to have to reload again. But I remember he hit the moose, but the moose was still kind of moving. He hit him with that, you know what I'm saying? So they had to, I think they hit him like a couple times, hit the moose, and they took him down. But yeah, that Last of the Mohican movie was pretty. That's one of my that's a classic for me. One of my classic movies. I like The Last of the Mohicans. It was pretty cool. But yeah, getting back to the moose and stuff like that. I think at this point I'm kind of back chilling, kind of seeing where I want to go next with it. Just looking at it for a minute. At this point, it was looking pretty decent and whatnot. So I'm going back and going back into the right antler or point, one of the points on there. And right now, what I'm doing, if you like the video before this, I really hated it, got corrupt, and I couldn't use it. Well, a lot of times I do is I put these, using a pencil, or I'm sketching, drawing something out. If it's something that's round or got a curve or something, I try to use curve lines to let me know exactly how I want that curve to be perceived by the eye. So I'll curve it that way, kind of little like kind of just in working over time, doing stuff, kind of picked up. And then when you go in and I use my my paper to kind of like smudge or shade everything in, you can see, or I'm kind of following that to hopefully it'll give you that feeling too of like, okay, it's starting to cup. It's breaking from that two-dimensional look, and your eye is now being told to look three-dimensional at this point. So like everything is really like I said, if you look at it now, as far as where I was before, you guys are like, man, it's a total 360 degree change and turnaround. I'm still working it in. Right now I'm going back with erase. I'm trying to get some of those some of the marks that I did before. Hopefully I will get better where I won't have to make as many of these eraser situations. But yeah, I'm definitely getting in. Filling in, trying to give you that kind of feel of, okay, this is being this is more of like a cup where it's bowling out. So it's coming from the innermost left and going in and coming out and going deeper and then coming back as it comes around left. But it's still in the background. It's not in the foreground of it. So that's why it's a little bit lighter. And you see there's a little bit more detail in where I want your eye to find a focus to. So like the lines are a lot darker. It's more dominant and pronounced around the eye and the nose and the mouth areas than it is on the antlers and the horns. Because I want you to have a feeling of like a death. And this is like kind of my trick. I don't know if it's probably some scientific term for it, some artistic term for it, but I mean, this is, like I said, it's my with me not having any. It almost looks like I can kind of put my hand in there as I'm putting my hand. I'm noticing that, and that's where, like, when I'm tricking my own self, as I'm looking at it, I think that's pretty cool too. Yeah, man. Oh yeah, I want to also give a shout out to the comments I got from somebody gave a comment today, or that at least I read. It's like, man, you like what I was doing, keep doing it, man. Every time I get something encouraging like that, man, it kind of make my day. So I want to big up to the subscriber who gave me that comment. You know what I'm saying? Or to my cuz too. My cuz hit me up. My cuz from the town. My big cousin Marshall. Hey man, I appreciate it. You know, call me E-Rock. That was crazy. But yeah, that's my cousin, man. So big shout out to those people. So I mean, I see like it's kind of growing as far as, you know, people being interested in me, and that's something that, you know, that's cool, because I'm kind of doing it. You know, I wanted to do it and like show people my art and show people like my steps and how I do things, and maybe give you an insight of how I think about how I'm putting things together mentally. And like, I just want to thank people who follow me in that journey. And again, like I said, it's coming out really good. It was better than I expected it to come out. And sometimes it felt like I said, like it's like an out of body experience when I'm doing some of my art pieces or artwork. It's like, even though I'm working on it, and I know maybe somewhat, I think consciously that I'm working on it, but subconsciously I'm working on it, but I'm not, like, sometimes like really not conscious of what I'm doing. Like, I'm losing myself in when I'm working, and I think that's cool, you know. And then when I step back and I look at it, it's so crazy, because even my kids, like, that's just even crazy. My daughter's like I said, when I did the rhino, like, I know she was like clowning. She was trying to sneak diss me. It's like, oh, you traced that, huh, daddy? Whatever, you know what I'm saying? My daughter was trying to sneak diss me, but it's all good, because, you know, it's like, it was an underhand compliment at the same time. But, you know, we joke around like that. But she was like, you traced that, huh, daddy? You know, I was like, nah, I ain't traced that. But I mean, it did. I mean, it, you know, it shocked me too. It was really nice. So like, sometimes it like has to be just like, I mean, we don't realize a lot of people have like hidden talents or whatever and don't know it and never get a chance to explore it. Maybe this is mine. I don't know. I think we all got talents. I think we got multiple talents and things that we do. But this is one that, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, I recently, like, I would say in the last year, I probably did a lot more. The year before that, I was like doing it, not like off and on, but I really been trying to, as a like 2018, I was like off and on, and toward the end of 2018, I really put it on. I said, okay, and then 2019, I was really putting forth a lot of effort into it and messing around with art. I did stop again, probably around maybe September-ish, and I kind of wasn't really focused on it. I was kind of around December again. I started messing some old pieces of mine that I gotta I'm trying to figure out how I'm trying to finish some of those. I still got some other pieces that I finished that I glazed. I think I know what it was. I was kind of like at a point where I guess I kind of got in a funk. Somebody kind of like, I let somebody, and I guess everybody human, so I guess I kind of let somebody get in my head a little bit and make a comment. And then like I was down in Charlotte and I was doing this event in Charlotte, and I got like, saying some cat made like a comment about my art and stuff like that. And so I kind of let that get in my head. I know I should be stronger than that as far as letting somebody get in my head, but about my art stuff, whatever. But sometimes we, as a human being, that's what happens. But I was like, nah. So I was like, I just, I had like some people that re-inspired me and stuff. And like I said, again, shout out to my homeboy Rodney. Like I said, so if you guys like this, just give him a check him out. Rodney Creates. He had a YouTube channel as well that he's doing. So we kind of be pushing each other. Like he'd be like, hey, I watch your I watched your channel the other night, and I'll be like, oh, yeah, I watch yours too, because like we both subscribe to each other, So, and then we'll see each other like at work or something. So we'll be like, hit me back. He's like, yeah, man. He'll be like, man, I kind of, I'll be having the kids. He said, I have to go in here and I have to do it, my little pieces, and at night when they all sleep. And I say, yeah, me too, man. Like nighttime be the best time, because it's about time I get off work, whatever. So I'm getting it in. But see, and right here, I'm going in. You see, I'm kind of darkening in the fur a little more in some areas. So kind of giving you an illusion that, that I'm kind of like, I'm giving you some depth and some shape on everything. And some contrast from, so you kind of see, this is where kind of like the hairs and the body is breaking in different areas. So I'm darkening to give that illusion. Like if you're looking at it, you like, damn, it seemed like he done every little hair. Nah, not really. It's just, I'm just giving you some little breaks and illusions in there. And then, like I said, in the fur, you still have muscle mass or body mass underneath that fur, along with that skin. So yeah, that's what I'm doing right now. I'm kind of darkening that in, using my little paper to like blend my blending paper. And that's it. That's the end. And thanking everybody again for this ride, this journey. It's been great. I appreciate everybody who's watching my videos, enjoying my art. Here's what I was talking about. This is where I actually got my the new logo where it's spinning. When you look at the bottom right hand corner, I took it from there. This is my Japanese piece, my samurai. That is wisdom in Japanese script or writing. And here is the picture that you always see above. That's it. So guys, again, thank you. Appreciate you spending some time with my boy. It's been great. It's been an ugly start, but it's starting out to come out good. I want to thank y'all again. Subscribe, hit the bell. Do all the good things that help me and support me, and hopefully my little channel will grow a little bit, and I'll bring y'all some more content. I'm gonna still try to bring in content, whoever, I don't care, if it's say small or big, I'm gonna still keep bringing y'all content because I love the art. And thanks for you arting with me. This is another episode of You Art With Me. This is your boy E-Ray, aka Eddie, and this is Eddie's Art. I'm out. Prospect, the beat's dope. Holla.